Hey y'all, I wanted to give a real quick update today about my dogs because I've had a few of you ask about them, so I wanted to do that. I have, when I first started my YouTube channel, I did not have a dog, and that is really something for me to say because I've always had a dog. We lost our, just my heart. She was my heart. Our Lucy, we lost her last May. Look, I can't even say her name still without just tearing up. This dog was like everything to me. And we lost her last May. Last October, while I was actually in the middle of filming a video, my husband came walking in the door with a little stray. And this little stray was so sick. He was 5 months old, and just this little thing, and he had every worm like known to the area, and it took us a long time to get rid of the worms. And so he is Jack. His name is Jack, and Jack is, I don't know how to describe Jack. He looks like he is a cross between a corgi and maybe a rat and a possum, perhaps, and maybe something about a cow because of the spots on him and stuff. I don't know what Jack is. I know Jack is like almost like having a feral dog. Seriously, he lived on the streets before my husband found him. Presumably, he had been spotted on the streets and presumably lived on the streets and had no social skills whatsoever. And he is one of the most hyper dogs I've ever seen in my life. And I know he's a puppy. He's still just 11 months old, so he's still a puppy. He is always worried about food. He's worried about when he's going to get his next meal and stuff. And I say he's worried. I mean, I don't know if the dog's worried, but he is very food motivated. He gets really excited about food, and he's just been incredible. He's been incredible. When we finally got rid of the worms and we could have another dog around Jack, and like I said, it took a long time. One session of the medication did not work for him, so we had to do it. We had to wait several weeks and then do it again. And so once we finally got rid of that, we did not want Jack to be raised alone. So we went to the shelter and we got Bailey. And Bailey is this, at the time, 4.5-year-old. She's right at 5 years old. American Staffordshire Terrier mix. She is has obviously had a hard life. She was brought to the shelter by her family, who I think it was her second family at the time, and they said that they couldn't keep her. And she was heartworm positive and pretty mistrustful, and she is this almost 60-pound dog, and it's different to have a big dog, big-ish dog. She qualifies as a large dog that's mistrustful. For whatever reason, she and Jack just absolutely love one another. I don't know if she feels, I mean, she's so protective over him, and she's so sweet, and she tolerates him. She tolerates Jack's constant playfulness and hyperactivity. So we really appreciate that. In January, we got Bailey in December. We got Jack in October. So in January, I had to take Bailey in to get a physical and to re-up her heartworm preventative. And when I took her in, she still tested heartworm positive. So long story shorter, we recently tested her again in April, toward the 3rd or so week of April, and she still tests heartworm positive. Heartworm positive for the adult heartworm. There's 2 different kinds of heartworm positive. It's heartworm positive for the microfilaria, I think I'm pronouncing it correct, which means like the larva in the blood. And then there's heartworm positive for the adult heartworm that's actually living in the heart area. I hope I'm saying that right. And she is negative for the microfilaria. She does not have the larva anymore, but she still does have the adult heartworm. We are going to watch her. I've got her, taking her to the vet, which is difficult because she still doesn't trust people a lot. So it's not fun for her to go to places like that. She gets really, really stressed out. But we are doing right now the protocol for a slow kill of heartworm. And I would like to know if any of you have ever experienced something like this and what your take is on it. I would like to know if it worked out for you. The difference in a slow kill and the heartworm treatment is, with the heartworm treatment, it's a very aggressive approach to killing these heartworms. You have to keep the dogs basically in a kennel for a really long time, and it's just it's a terrible, I mean it's great, it saves the dogs' lives, but it's a really, really rough treatment. And considering that she just had the treatment done not even a year ago, the slow treatment, the slow kill treatment, is essentially just continuing to give the preventative every month. Of course, we have to watch her really closely to make sure that she's tolerating all that, and waiting to see if the adult heartworm will go ahead and die off from the treatment. But it's scary, y'all. It's scary to me to have my dog dealing with this. So if any of you have any experience with this, I would really love to hear it. I would love to hear your take on it. We're doing this through October anyway, because it was at the vet's recommendation that we wait, both the vet at the shelter where we got her and my vet, so the personal vet. So I wanted to give an update. In my gray hair videos, I have 2 kennels behind me, and so I do have people ask a lot of times about my dogs. So I did want to share that. They are wild and crazy and wonderful, and thank you guys for asking about them, because they are like family to us. And so anyway, I would love to hear your comments about it below. On this channel, I talk about evidently everything, but aging as a female and all that goes along with that. My gray hair transition, I've got my 12-month gray hair video coming out right about the time this is coming out, really soon. So lots of stuff. I do giveaways at the 100 subscriber marks, so stay tuned for that if you guys like that. If any of this stuff interests you and you haven't already, please hit the little red subscribe button, ring the bell, and you'll be notified every time I put up a new video. And we will see you guys later.